Steve Mignani here for Asseter Auctioneers and the Great Texas Mopar Horde Auction Event with item number 19. If you remember the Stephen King movie Christine, you'll recall the 1957 Plymouth Fury in bright red, possessed by the devil, raising heck. Well, this is the four-door version of that. This is a Plymouth Belvedere, a 1957. You got to love the grille on this car. It is very well preserved. And the other components, I think, are in the trunk. We'll find out in a moment on that one. But what looked to be quad headlamps here in 1957 were not. They weren't fully legal in all states, so Plymouth offered the outboard headlamps and inboards were actually directionals. But 58, yes, they became quad lamps. They look quad, but they're not. Little trivia. Okay, let's pop the hood and look at what we have. Okay, while Christine, a Fury, would have had a dual quad 318 poly. This is the 301 poly with a 4-barrel carburetor. This is the Power Pack, 235 horsepower. This one does have manual steering. I do see air conditioning, factory air, which is a very, very cool thing right there. And this is the factory air cleaner right here. It's a low-profile air cleaner because Virgil Exner designed these cars, 1957 on, to be very, very low, and a standard air cleaner just doesn't fit. And again, 57, first year for Chrysler's torsion bar front suspension, seen on this one here. Okay, let's break out the magnet and see if this is a rusty one or a nice one. Look at that. Magnet sticks. This is a nice rust-free example. I dare say this might be original paint. Let's pop the door and see what we have inside. And keep in mind, again, this is a two-door hardtop, no pillar here. When you open both windows, you have full-through air ventilation. Okay, inside there's the standard beautiful Belvedere dash with an AM radio from the factory. Under the dash is an aftermarket add-on air conditioner system. Oh no, that's actually factory stuff. Again, we saw the condenser and pump under the hood, which is good. This is a push-button torque flight car. The buttons are to the left of the steering wheel. But again, a nice, nice original car. A little tattered, but again, I'd rather see tatter than missing any day. Let's pop the back door. And again, no B-pillar. Roll the windows down on this car after restoration, take the family out for a ride, and what a nice thing to have the breeze and the scenery passing by without any obstruction from the pillars. Now down here in the rockers, what may be rust, okay, a little bit of bubbling here. Let's see if the magnet wants to stick. It does. So this is bubbling, first time, not been doctored, there's no putty in there. That's, original rust, as it were. Grind that out, weld it up, you'd be okay. The lower quarter panels here, wow, they look great. Magnet wants to stick. This is factory original metal. A little bit of a bubble happening there, but again, this car is 1957, so it's entitled to a little bit of rust. Quarter panels, 1957, first year for the fins, which would grow and grow until 59. Belvedere, the rear bumper is looking very good. Love the plastic lenses. They're in really good condition. Let's pop that trunk and see if the parts are inside. And yes, okay, here are the missing grille components. Right here, this is the valance up front. Good to see that. The trim, this is a nice piece of gold anodized trim for the car. This stuff, if you need it, good luck. It's here. Let's have a peek under the trunk mat. I don't want to tear this, but yeah, it looks kind of hard to get in there. But it looks to be, yeah, it's got a little bit of surface rust, which is standard fare. It's maybe a little thinner than standard, but it's not porous. It's not a hole. And again, after all these years trapped under that rubber trunk mat, a little bit of corrosion sets in, but it's not a hole. This is a pretty solid example of these cars. Now keep in mind, these 57 Mopars were notorious for rusting away within a year or two of being new. They just weren't that well rust-proof. Be careful of the electric fence. We're okay here. Don't touch it. We'll be all right. Again, the quarter panels on this side. Magnet wants to stick. Very nice. Very pure here. No filler happening at all. No filler. And again, here, the rocker panels, the paint is so dry, it's chalking up and getting on my fingers, but that's okay. I'm honored to have this car's paint on my fingers. But magnet wants to stick. Let's pop this door if it wants to open. Very cool. Take a peek inside. The headliner has dropped down, but that's not a big deal. That's very, very easily replaced. And let's pop the driver's front door, passenger front door open. And there it is right there. Nice bench seat up front. What a fantastic car this is. Imagine this as a brand new vehicle being sold to some happy buyer somewhere out there in the countryside, driving it home. Front fender down low, magnet sticks. nice rust-free car as they go. So here it is, item number 19, a 57 Plymouth four-door Belvedere hardtop. What a nice car to own. Bid strong.